Government says it will implement a tax subsidy of up to 500 rands per month for the next 4 months for those private sector employees earning below 6,500 rands under the Employment Tax Incentive. This is expected to help over 4 million workers. The South African Revenue Service will also work towards accelerating the payment of employment tax incentive reimbursements from twice a year to monthly. This will be done to get cash in the hands of compliant employers as soon as possible. Analysts say government can move funds around, but that it will be impossible to cover everyone affected. They also say what is in the fund may not be sufficient.
We're not seeing, any funds dedicated to them. We're not seeing any funds dedicated to a lot of the rural and marginalized, and we don't see this even when we don't have a coronavirus. So I think that it's not possible for everyone to be covered by this, and this is the best that we can do given our resources. And I think that we should appeal to those who do have the funds to support those who don't or who are vulnerable by contributing towards this solidarity fund.
I think there are some funds that can be redirected to more important things, and I think that is exactly what government is trying to do. But if we are, realistic about the state of the state's finances, that we have to accept and realize that the state is, as far as the finances are concerned, certainly in dire straits. There certainly on the periphery there will be some alleviation, some people will be assisted, some businesses will be helped and so on, but the reality is that the state is simply not in a position to support people financially.
Tax-compliant businesses with a turnover of less than 50 million rands will be allowed to delay 20% of their pay-as-you-earn liabilities over the next 4 months and a portion of their provisional corporate income tax payments without penalties or interest over the next 6 months. This intervention is expected to assist over 75,000 small and medium enterprises. Ramaphosa has also expressed concern about the number of businesses that are selling certain goods at excessively high prices. He says this cannot be allowed. The president further says government has had discussions with manufacturers and distributors of basic necessities who have indicated that there will be a continuous supply of these goods. A safety net is also being developed to support persons in the informal sector where most businesses are expected to suffer as a result of the shutdown. More details are expected to be announced soon, but government says it is in consultation on a proposal for a special dispensation for companies that are in distress because of the COVID-19. This will be done through a proposal where employees will receive a wage payment through the Temporary Employee Relief Scheme. This, government says, will enable companies to pay employees directly during this period and avoid retrenchment. Commercial banks have been exempted from provisions of the Competition Act to enable them to develop common approaches to debt relief and other necessary measures. Government says it has met with all major banks and expect that most banks will put measures in place within the next few days. Diabo Seto, SABC News, Johannesburg.